The strangest thing two countries ever fought over? Dessert. In 1838, France sent a war fleet to blockade Mexico's biggest port because one French pastry cook named Remontel said soldiers wrecked his shop. A Mexican general lost his leg in that fight. And it happened twice more. Britain and Iceland rammed ships for years over cod. France and Brazil aimed warships at each other over lobster. Real navies, real wars, mostly between friends. Let us eat. Go back to Mexico City, 1828. A French pastry cook named Remontel runs a small shop in Tacubaya. He says Mexican army officers storm in, eat his cakes, and smash the place. 10 years pass, and nobody pays him. So Remontel takes his complaint all the way to the King of France. France piles up every French citizen's claim in Mexico and hands the government one bill, 600,000 pesos. Remontel alone had valued his little shop at 60,000, far more than it was worth. Mexico refuses. So in April 1838, a French fleet blockades the port of Veracruz. On November 27th, French guns pound the stone fortress of San Juan de Ulua. Mexico declares war. An old general, Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, rides back into action. On December 5th, French grape shot shreds his left leg, and surgeons cut it off below the knee. He later buried that leg with a full military parade. Mexico paid the 600,000 anyway. Now the cold North Atlantic. Iceland has almost no army. What it has is fish, and fish is the entire economy. So Iceland keeps pushing its fishing border further out. 4 miles, then 12 in 1958, then 50 in 1972, then a giant 200 miles in 1975. Britain says no and sends its trawlers in anyway, guarded by Royal Navy frigates. Iceland fights smart. Its Coast Guard drags a hooked blade called a net cutter and slices the British nets clean off the back of the boats. Ships ram each other on purpose dozens of times. Tiny Iceland is losing on the water, but it holds one huge card. It hosts a key NATO airbase at Keflavik, right in the heart of the Cold War. Iceland threatens to shut it down and quit NATO. In February 1976, Iceland cuts off relations with Britain entirely, the first time two NATO members ever did that. Britain folds. A nation of about 220,000 people beat the Royal Navy with wire cutters. Last stop, Brazil, 1961. French boats appear off the northeast coast, near Recife, hauling up spiny lobster by the ton. Brazil says, stop. Those lobsters live on our continental shelf, so they belong to us. France fires back with a strange argument. Lobsters swim, so they are free game in open water. Brazil's side lands the perfect answer. If a lobster is free because it moves, then a kangaroo is a bird because it hops. The talking stopped. Brazil sent its navy. France sent a destroyer, the Tartu, to guard the fishing fleet. For about 2 years, the two countries stared each other down over shellfish, and nobody fired a shot. In 1964, they signed a deal. France admitted the lobsters lived on Brazil's shelf, but 26 French boats got to keep fishing the grounds for 5 more years. And Brazil pushed its ocean claim out to 200 miles to cover them. A crustacean redrew a border.